It's very exciting. It's a very different feeling. I think it's more of a come on, we gotta get this one feeling. Last year it was nice to be here, but this one's going to be the one.
That's what I was thinking. To me, it would sound like this is more of a business trip.
It is. It's more of a business trip. We done everything last year already, so Disneyland and all that. It was cool and all, but it's a business trip. We got to do that. We got to do it last year, and we strictly here for business to get a W.
What type of support did you receive from, friends and family last year who got to see you play on this huge stage?
A lot of support. Everybody didn't know what was going on last year with me playing DB and now running back, and now they ain't got to worry about that just because I'm going out there to play running back this year, and they're going to give me the same support they did last year.
How did you manage that? Because, I primarily cover high school football, and, occasionally I'll see a two-way player, and then, it's very rare
Right.
on the college level. How did you manage the energy that it took to succeed on both levels? Because you were a key portion of the team at both positions last year.
I was just talking to Coach Shaw all game last year. He see me struggling, but he said, "You got this. You're built for this. Your mental is good. Your physical is good. You're built for this." And that's what kept me going. Just listening to his words, listening to his voice the whole game.
Did you have a choice between the two positions?
I did. I did have a choice, but I'm in love with running back, so I'll come back to running back any day of the week.
It's been a few years since you were playing high school football, but what do you remember about, playing at guard and kind of, growing up in the Long Beach area and everything like that?
I think it was just high school football is so much easier than people think. It's so much easier. You have the 3-star, 4-star, 5 stars. College, none of those things matter. Everybody's great. So I think just being able to run all over everybody in high school was just the fun part of it, and that's the memorable part. And now it's just everything is so much tougher.
Last year, I think you were showing that you could catch the ball, but you've been displaying that as well this year. How important is it to you to be considered an all-around complete back?
It's so important. I mean, that's what they're looking for now, and you just got to adapt to yourself to the game and what people are looking for. And last year I did pretty exceptionally well, but this year, I think my numbers have doubled so far this season.
A different opponent this year, same conference, Ohio State and Penn State, they play, just play different styles of football. They're different teams. What do you think is going to be a key from where you're going to be, at the running back position?
I think it's just you got to play hard the whole game. They don't stop playing hard. There's some tough guys. They're physical, but we're tough and physical too. We just got to go out there and play our brand of football and not let them play theirs.
I feel like that's in the ethos of Utah football. It's like playing tough physical because, I even see it in the recruits that you guys bring in year after year. It's almost like you guys are a little bit, like you guys are really great players, but still just like a little bit slept on. Did
Right.
you feel like that coming out of high school?
I did. I think it was more of like, I think it's a star ranking. When you see your stars, you're like, why am I this? Why am I that? And then you're like, all right, whatever. We gonna get it done regardless. But I think coming out of high school and coming to Utah, we were slept on. But we're just evolving every single year, and you see it right now, going back to back winning the championship here at the Rose Bowl, back to back years. So we're just evolving as a whole team and as a Pac-12.
And so last year, everybody was trying to figure out what you're going to do, offense, defense, all of that. Everybody knows you're going to be a running back. What are the friends and family members saying about, this opportunity to watch you play?
They're happy I'm going to be playing running back this year. I mean, they would love to see me play both sides again, but they know my love and they know what they love watching me do. So it's going to be running back for the rest of it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
What are you guys doing collectively as a running back unit to really just keep putting pressure on the team?
We just go in the film room, watch film, and we know what we have to do. We have to be physical, we have to run hard, we got to be efficient, and we just got to be tough. And that's what we do as a running back room, and we're still in all our guys.
What makes this offense so resilient, the fact that you guys are always in games and always keep fighting?
Just the coaching. Coaching, they put you in a good situation. They tell us to never give up, to always believe. You got a great leader in Cam. He helps us believe all the time. It's just everybody's just a well-knit team.
And What are you going to have to do as a running back with pass blocking, given how they put pressure on the quarterback Penn State does?
Oh, we just got to attack them. We can't let them get too far in the line of scrimmage. We got to beat them at the line of scrimmage and, punch them in the mouth and let them sit there.
What does it mean to this team, being back in this for a second year, and then also the fact that you guys have a chance to win possibly the last traditional Rose Bowl?
It means a lot. We want to come out here and win. We didn't get it done last year, so that's our mission this year. It's a strictly business trip, and so we just got to come out there and get it done.
How much does this game really come down to how teams start, given you guys both haven't played in a while? How can you really set the tone in the first quarter?
We've been preparing for this for forever now, since last January when we lost a game. So just knowing what we have at stake and what we want to get done and accomplish, that's going to give us the motivation to go out there and just do it right from the jump.
And the last thing for me, how would you assess how things are going in practice, and what are your goals the rest of the week to be successful on Monday?
I think we're doing pretty good at practice. We got the game plan in. Everybody knows what we have to do, what we have to get done, and for the rest of the week, just making sure we're locked in mentally. We're gonna do what we got to do physically. We just got to be locked in mentally.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. So,
How was Lowry's last night?
oh, so good.
It was pretty good, wasn't it?
It was, had me full.
Was it different? Because I know you got it catered last year. Was it different having it at the whole experience?
Oh yeah, it was way different. I mean, the food, I don't know, it just tasted different when you have it catered than when it's actually being cooked right there and brought to you. So the steak was good. I think the corn was the best part of it though.
It was good corn, I'll tell you that. So obviously, last year you were kind of dealing with double duty and everything that way. Where are you at right now in this bowl game, and kind of what are you wanting to accomplish personally?
I just want to, accomplish what I've been doing all season is, being good out the backfield, catching the ball and running the ball. Last year, being able to go on the other side of the ball really helped me in my game this year, and I think you could see it in the film that it's really helped me with my route running and stuff like that. So, but right now I'm just focused on, just continuing what I've done all season.
A lot of people like to talk about how tough this Penn State defense is. Kind of resembles what you guys do on defense as well. And do you feel like that gives you an advantage knowing that you've seen that in practice? I know you're not going through with them on the ones all the
Right.
time, but does that help you in terms of how you approach this game?
Oh yeah, our defense we think is the most physical defense, in the country. And during fall camp, spring ball, we go against them every single day, so we know what they're capable of, and that's what the coaches instill in them over there on the defensive side of the ball. So just looking at Penn State, they are physical, they are tough, but we've been doing that all season long, all year long. So we just got to keep going at it.
Does this Rose Bowl, is it any different than last year in the sense of maybe a different purpose for you guys?
Oh yeah, last year was just the experience. You got here, now let's experience everything. And this year we just look back and we experienced everything. The only thing we didn't experience is win the game. So now that's what our goal is, to win the game. We've done everything. We went to Disneyland. We've been to Lowry's. We ate at Lowry's. You know what I mean? And now we want to get that W and finish the week.
You've gotten this opportunity now to play a bunch of these quote-unquote blue bloods, right, and all these different things in football. Do you consider Utah kind of getting into that in this more modern era of kind of college football?
Yeah, since I first came here, we started to exceed, expectations, and we're still doing that. It's just now we just got to finish it. We've had a hard time finishing it, but I think this is going to be the one where we finish it.
Have you made up your mind on your future yet? Or I'm not asking you to tell me, but has that kind of settled in yet, or are you still kind of waffling?
I think it's settled in. I think I made my decision. I think it was actually this past week I made my decision. But right now I'm just focused on getting this W here at the Rose Bowl, and we'll see what happens next.
How hard is that to just kind of balance that as you're preparing for a Rose Bowl and all that other stuff?
It's very hard. Everybody asks you, what are you doing next? What are you doing this? And it's a hard thing for someone like me who, I've just turned 21. So it's just like, it's hard for someone like me to process and try to figure out.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Micah, what stands out about Penn State's defense?
Just they're almost like a carbon copy of us, but not really. You know, I think we're the better physical team, but they're physical as well, and they're tough as well.
How are you similar? How is your defense similar?
They don't stop playing. We don't stop playing, and they don't stop playing. So it's gonna be who's gonna give it up first, and I don't think it's gonna be us.
If somebody has never seen Cam Rising play, what would you tell them?
I would tell him to watch out. He's going to surprise you. When he first got on campus, I told everybody, hey, Cam's going to be the guy. And I told everybody Cam was going to be the guy. Nobody wanted to listen to me. And look at this now. He got us 2 back-to-back championships. So
Is he charismatic? Does he have a lot of charisma? Do people kind of gravitate toward him?
yeah, I mean, he has this laugh. I don't know what laugh. It's like a weird laugh he has. But once you hear him do that, and his smile and his hair, everything just meshes together well, and it feels like you almost know the guy already once you meet him.
I covered Penn State. We watched the Pac-12 championship game, and James Franklin even mentioned it a few weeks ago about the toughness that he showed after he took that hit and the helmet flying, and then he got right back up. Did guys notice that he boom, bounced right back up, and is that a very good example of his toughness?
Yeah, it's a very good example. I mean, we've seen Cam get hit many times and bounce back up and play the next down. That's what you look for in a quarterback. Somebody who's going to lead you, who's going to show you the way, and he does that every single game. And just to see him bounce back up after that hit, we knew he was going to do that. We knew he wasn't going to stay down. So, you know, that's the type of guy he is.
Micah, what did you learn?
It's Micah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I'll get it. It's spelled Micah, but
Yeah,
Micah.
well, I covered Parsons, so he's pronounced it differently. I'm sorry. What can you take from last year's game? What that has applied maybe toward preparation or maybe on Monday? What did you learn about last year's experience?
I think we just got to play the whole game. I mean, we played the whole game last year and it wasn't enough. I think we got to play the whole game plus more just to pull it out. I mean, this is a big game, and you know, emotions going to be running high. We want to win, they want to win, and we're 2 very good teams. So we have to play the whole game and better.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
you,
you.
it was quite the unusual experience having to jump in at corner. What do you remember about that? Was there any carryover to how you played offense going forward?
Yeah, it carried over a lot. I mean, just thinking back to that game and the weeks leading up to that, because we're practicing out here right now, it was just a different feeling. Just watching my fellow offense guys, you know, practice every single day and not being over there with them, and just learning the whole defense in a week or 2 weeks. You know, it was much harder than I thought. But this experience so far has been easier because, you know, I just have to play one position, and I know the position so well. I know the offense so well.
So,
Jackson
Micah,
was
both
so
your
great.
quarterback and your offensive coordinator have mentioned Penn State's number 11 as the guy that sticks out on defense. That's Abdul Carter. What have you seen from him on the tape, and what has stuck out to you about him and anybody else that you've kind of noticed on Penn State from watching film?
I think number 11, he's a great player. He know how to use his size. He know how to get around the line. He's very physical. You know, that's why we just got to go at him. You know, we don't think he wants to be hit so many times, so that's our game plan. We're just going to hit him, hit anybody else who try to hit Cam. You know, that's the game plan. I also was looking at, I think 16 and 23. They're pretty good players as well, and that's the same game plan. We just got to go straight at them. We say this all the time. Nobody wants to play with us, and that's our mentality. That's our mantra, and we're going to make them not want to play with us.
It was obviously a historic game for Jackson Smith, Jigba last year, and we've seen what Marvin Harrison Jr. has done this year. Probably the best receiver in the country. Looking back, how do you feel like you played in the game last year, knowing the quality of guys you were going against?
I mean, I said this a while back. I feel like if I had a second game at DB, it would be so much different, but I'm not going to fault like the way I played, because I think I played exceptionally well just for being my first time starting a college football game against a great team with great receivers and a great quarterback. You know, I tried to keep everything in front of me that game, and I did. You know, they kept everything short. So, I can't be mad with my performance.
How much similarities do you see between, when you watch film and stuff, between Penn State and your team?
It's a lot of similarity. Like I said, they are very physical, and they are tough, and they're not going to stop playing. And guess what? That's us. That's what we do. We don't stop playing. You see the last game, the championship game. Everybody thought we was out of it. We don't stop playing. You think you're going to win? You think you have it in the bag? I'm sorry, you don't.
Speaking of that, I mean, a little over a month ago, not a lot of people gave you guys much of a chance to be here again after that Oregon loss. And not just out of UCLA and maybe Florida. With all the adversity you guys have faced, not to mention all the injuries, what is it about your guys that you just kept that belief and kept fighting and maybe proved a lot of doubters wrong?
It's all about our mantra. One of our mantras is respect the process. You got guys who don't even see the field in the beginning of the season, and they respect the process and they wait their turn, and somebody goes down and now they're up. They're number one on the depth chart, next man up, and I think respecting the process for all of these guys on this team, they've done that, and they got their chance and they're making the most out of it. And that's what we all do as a team. We make the most out of our chances we get.
What does it say about this team that, Tavion's out, Dalton's out, Brant's out, and yet the expectation for you guys is still put up a lot of points and put up a lot of yards? What does it say about this offense that you guys are in that position?
It says a lot. We know what we want to accomplish every year. Everybody knows what they want to accomplish. That's the playoffs, and we can't concede our playoff hopes and stuff like that when people go down. We just can't do that. And I think that's what the whole, what we think and how we process everything. Guys go down, the next man up knows what he has to do in order for us to keep those hopes alive. And we just got to believe as an offense. And Coach Ludd does a great job of saying it's not about the plays, it's about the players. It's always about the players, not about the plays.
When you look back at last year's Rose Bowl experience, so many things. You scored a touchdown, you played defense, you guys lost a heartbreaker. When you look back on that experience, what stands out most in your mind?
I would say probably that field goal. That stands out the most, yes. Because I feel like I was so close to blocking it, yet so far. And, and that was the last play of the game. So that's what I remember the most about it. And that's what fuels me so much, because I did have a chance to block that, but I was so close yet so far. And I think, that was the driving point onto this game right now is don't make it close. Just get it over with.
So that loss, I guess, has kind of stuck with you for all this past year?
Yeah.
Sounds like.
Yeah, it did. And what's funny is somebody just showed me the picture of that blocked field goal attempt, and you could see the ball just probably a couple inches in front of my hand. And it stung even more. So, I do hope that we get a chance to avenge that.
Thanks, Micah.
Thank you.
How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Doing all right. Got some a little more lighthearted questions. Just talking to your teammates, and it sounds like golf has become kind of the hobby of this team.
Yeah.
How's your golf game?
It's getting there. I got me some new clubs. I've been going, since the summer, I was going probably 4 or 5 times a week, trying to get better. I think on a 9-hole, I think my best has been +6, so I'm getting there. I started off at +16, now I'm at +6, so that's through 9 only. But I think it's getting there, and my golf game is going to be exceptionally great in the next year.
How would you rank yourself compared to some of these guys in the room?
Oh, I don't know. I heard Cam's good, Vele's good, Thomas is good. Everybody in this room is pretty much good at golf, so I don't know. I got to give myself probably last on the list because I just started maybe 6 months ago, so.
Why do you think that's taken off around the team? Like, just out of all the hobbies that you guys can kind of gather around, like golf?
I have no clue. I don't know why I got into it. I never liked it growing up, but it's just been so fun. I actually played the course for the first time, and that was so fun. I hit the driving range, and I didn't like it, so I would never do the driving range again. But the course play is fun.
Right on, man.
Thank you.
Sorry if you've been asked this already, but what is it like playing with a player like Cam? Like, what does he do? Obviously, not just physically, but kind of as a leader that sets him apart from maybe like other quarterbacks. I know he's very like zen. He likes to keep it very like relaxed. But what kind of goes into making him stand out?
I think it's like he lightens up the mood. You know, he can be very serious at times, but the way he comes off is, you know, passive. So it's like, I don't know. It just lightens up the mood. He's a great guy. Just being able to have him as a quarterback has changed his team tremendously. He's a great leader. He has a lot of good words of wisdom, and when he talks, you listen. And that's the type of guy, that's the type of leader that everybody wants. If you could find a guy that when he talks, when he opens his mouth, and everybody just looks at him and listens, then you have a great one, and that's what he can do.
And how does his game, I guess, open up your game on the running side?
I think it just he being so versatile and dynamic and being able to, you know, throw the ball, get out the pocket and run makes everything easier because now you have to look at him. On the read option, now you have to look if Cam's going to keep it or he's going to give it, and I think that opens up holes in the offensive line, and I think that's the biggest part of it. Thanks,
man.
Yep. Yeah, it was amazing. The corn, I think the corn was the best part. Yeah, I love the corn.
I like their cream spinach.
We didn't get that, but hey, we got a little basic meal, but it was good. It was great. I might have to go back. Now I know where it's at. I have to go back.
Price is right.
Yeah.
How's it going, Micah?
It's going good.
My name's Daniel. I cover Penn State.
It's Micah. Micah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know, it's all right. You from Penn State, so it's all good. It's all good.
No, now I know. So we talk about you on our podcast. Yeah, right.
Yep.
When you look at Penn State and you look at this defense, what has really stood out to you from the big picture perspective of how they operate, and, you know, how they match up?
I think it's just more they always finish plays. I think a lot of the time when watching film, you know, a lot of guys like to stop and, you know, when they see something's not going their way, they want to just stop in the middle of the play and just watch. But those guys, they don't do that. They keep going till they hear the whistle, and you know, a lot of coaches love that. You know, they always say, play to the whistle, and these guys actually play to the whistle. So, I mean, that's one of the biggest things I noticed.
And then from individually, who has stood out?
Been paying attention to 11, 23, and 16. Those three guys, you know, they can cause havoc. They can be a problem, but we're gonna try to, you know, cut that out.
11 is a guy who has been kind of, I guess, the breakout star for Penn State this year on that defense. What do you notice about him on film?
He's very silky. He can get through the line of scrimmage untouched. He's very physical, and he's going to come down. So those are three things I think I've noticed about him.
And for Penn State fans that probably haven't watched the Utah game yet this year, who are your teammates that, you know, if someone's watching a game, they need to know, you know, on Utah, this is a guy I need to watch. This is someone I need to pay attention to for one reason or another. I
mean, obviously you gotta watch the quarterback, number 7. He's something to watch. Our tight ends are always good, and Thomas Yasmin. You know, O-line, you got Satawa, Paul, and you got Keaton Bills. He's been amazing, and Braden Daniels. Obviously, me and JJ at running back, and Vele and JD on the receiver end. I mean, these are guys who, you know, carried us to where we're at now, and we're just gonna keep it going.
James Franklin talked about, you know, after this matchup got announced, he talked about he was watching the Pac-12 championship game and he saw Cam take that big hit, helmet flies off, he gets back up. You know, Sean Clifford had a play like that against Auburn earlier this year where he took a big hit, got right back up. Hey, what is it like, you know, playing with a quarterback who is able to, I guess, he might be hurting but he's not showing it, you know, he's kind of setting the tone.
I think it's amazing because, I mean, you want a quarterback who's going to lead you in the battlefield, And in the battlefield, you know what happens. A lot of bad things happen. And with Cam just taking so many hits and be able to pop back up and say, come on, let's go back for the next play. Oh, give me the ball again. I'm going to do this. I'm still run. You just knocked my helmet off, but I'm going to still take the ball and run. I mean, that fires you up. And, you know, all the guys are around him. We stand with him, and we love him as our leader.